Guess what else is happening on the Friday the 13th franchise front? Let's talk about it.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the Nightwatch Zone. Nightwatch Zone.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, there is new Friday the 13th news that has just dropped. You know I'm big on this, and I'm waiting. I've been waiting for these types of things to be put out there. And here we are, guys. We got this article. We'll talk about this article. It's out from our friends from Bloody Disgusting. And look at what we've got for this. Sean S. Cunningham developing Friday the 13th reboot, plus House and The Night Driver. This is some interesting stuff, guys, and I read this article and it's just such good news. Let's get into this. So it says Bloody Disgusting has uncovered I love that, has uncovered a big time scoop to finish off the week, learning that Sean S. Cunningham is not only working to get his own Friday the 13th reboot off the ground, but also developing a reboot of a horror movie he produced back in '85, House. Now, he's also going to be working on an original film titled The Night Driver and working alongside writer Jeff Locker and director Jeremy Weiss on various upcoming projects. Now, this is the big thing that I wanted to throw out there for you Friday the 13th fans in particular. This is where the article really grabbed me. It says, of course, the catch with all things Friday the 13th is the franchise was up until recently mired in legal issues, with original screenwriter Victor Miller now joining forces with Brian Fuller and A24 on a franchise prequel series for Peacock. And that's called Crystal Lake, of course. So we've talked about Crystal Lake quite a bit on this channel. I've also talked about it a lot on live streams and so forth. So we know what's going on with Crystal Lake. But now we've got other stuff happening, and it looks like this will lead us to a theatrical release of Friday the 13th, getting us back with Jason on the big screen. This is just awesome news, guys. The rest of the article speaks about some more stuff here. It says, Locker explains how a separate project could end up working. He says, Sean hired me to do a rewrite on The Night Driver, and after working closely with director Jeremy Weiss and him on that, we naturally got to talking about Friday the 13th and House. Jeremy and I pitched our dream reboot of Friday the 13th with Sean's blessing to keep developing it with him. Okay, so now that's the good news, but my mind kept thinking, okay, how is that going to work with all the legal issues? And this is the part that really got me in the article, guys. So this is the part that I really want to pay attention to. He says, obviously the prequel TV series has reignited interest about a new film, so we're hoping the surrounding excitement will inspire both sides to come together and give us Jason on the big screen again for the first time in 14 years. But we also have a plan B for a sequel to the original we think fans will absolutely love and should avoid any legal entanglements. Okay, so to me, that is great news because it tells me that they are thinking beyond the possibilities of all the legal issues that they might run into, especially with the prequel series and also with Victor Miller and his side of things. The article goes on and on to talk about more things, not anything much more specific because this is still in the early stages. But again, guys, to me, this is great news because it shows that what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the idea of finally getting Jason back on the big screen. And it looks as though that everyone involved here is thinking the same exact thing, and they're trying to get us to that point. But if there is any issues with the legal rights and all those other types of things, when you talk about the other side of the fence with Victor Miller and his side of things, they are actually thinking about a way to go around that so that they can avoid any legal issues. To me, that's awesome news. It really is. The idea that they've got two paths in which they're looking to go down, I think that's really cool. One being a reboot and one being a sequel to the original movie. Now, the idea of a sequel to the original movie, that really intrigues me too, because I'm thinking, which how are they going to go with it? Because obviously at the end of the first movie, Alice has her whatever we want to call it, fever dream or whatever of Jason. And so where will they go after that? It's obviously going to be something different than Friday the 13th part 2. So I'm really intrigued by that. But for you guys, for you horror fans, for you Friday the 13th fans, let me know what you think about these two possibilities of a way that they're going to give us Jason Voorhees back on the big screen. What do you think about it? Are you excited about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. To be quite honest, I am very excited because, again, it just shows that the wheels of the machine are working. They're moving and they're going to get us to Jason on the big screen sooner rather than later. And that's ultimately what we want. We want a movie. We want a theatrical release. We want it to be good. And it sounds as though that these guys that are working on it not only want that as well, but they're big fans of the franchise. They're big fans of what's come before in horror, back to old school horror. And I'm really interested to see what they do. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please give the video a like. It will help support the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to the Nightwatch Zone, what are you doing? This is the time to do it. We're having a lot of fun. So much great horror news coming out. So many great new movies, and also great franchises that are making comebacks and doing some great work in their own. Whether you're talking about Scream, whether you're talking about Child's Play, Hellraiser, and now Friday the 13th. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So anyways, I'll catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace.